Hi guys, we're continuing with the Aztec Interdisciplinary Software material, and we've reached the section of statistics in our mathematics section. We learned that probability is the chance or percentage of something happening. We learned statistics is a collection of data or numbers, and you could use, like charts and tables to describe these data in categories and show different relationships between the data. The terms mean, which is the average of numbers, and median, which is the middle number in the range of numbers. If you have a set of numbers, you don't necessarily have one of each number. You can have a multiple, so you can have like 3 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, a 6, and a 7. And of this set, if you add them on, divide by the number of the number of numbers you have, which are 11, you get 3.9, which would be the mean. The median of this set would be 4. It would appear in the middle. Also, the mode is the number repeated most often in the set of numbers. So in this set, 2 would be the mode, since it appears 3 times more than any other number in our number set. The number that appears most frequently is the mode. So median is the number, once you line up all the numbers, the middle number. Okay, so thank you, Ruben, for looking up something for us. I was a bit confused about median. So median is if you have a set of numbers, you're finding it's described as the middle of a frequency of a set of numbers, or if you have a distribution of a sample of numbers, you're trying to find the one that's in the middle. And the reason it's a bit confusing is because in a set you can have multiples of one number, because you don't have one of each. You may have in a data sample like multiples of numbers. So, but the trick is, you're just in median, you're finding the middle number. So you count the number of numbers you have, and you're finding the exactly the middle number. If you have an odd number of numbers, like 11 numbers in a set, you look at the very middle number, so 5 on one side and 5 on the other. But if you have an even number of numbers in a set, you're going to end up with 2 numbers that are in the middle of that set. So what you need to do is find the average of those 2 numbers. So you add them and divide by 2. So you're finding the mean of those 2 numbers in the middle of the set, and this will give you the median. So this is the trick of finding the median. Okay. So it's kind of like, if you have like 20 numbers, you're gonna end up having like 9 numbers on either side, and then the middle 2 numbers, you're gonna find the average of those 2, regardless of what they are, because some of the numbers may repeat themselves and stuff, but you ignore all that. You're just looking at the specific position inside of a set, and you would find the average of the middle 2 numbers for your median. All right, so and then the mode is just the repeated number in the set. So if you have like 5 5s, and this number 5 is repeated more than any other number in a set, this is called a mode. So mode, it would be 5 in that set. Temperature is shown often in these terms to show temperature variations. Weather reports show the probability of certain types of weather. So they could talk about mean rainfall or average rainfall for an area, or the median temperature, for example. In summary, the number that appears most often in a group of numbers is the mode. The chance that something will happen in percentages is probability. The average taken from a group of numbers is the mean, and the middle number in a group of numbers is a median. So the median is useful when you have a set of numbers and there are repetitions in that set. Next section we're doing in the mathematics section, coordinate geometry. So this is using a graph called a coordinate plane. This graph is a coordinate system. So you have a vertical line and a horizontal line, and you have four planes, four sections called quadrants. So you have an x-axis, you have an going side to side, you have a y-axis going up and down, and the quadrants fall on the four sides. And in the middle you have 0. So going up you have positive numbers, going to one side you have going to the bottom you would have negative numbers, and on one side of the horizontal axis you have positive, and the other side you would have negative. So using this coordinate system, or on a coordinate plane, you have a coordinate or an ordered pair. So you're plotting pairs of numbers, basically. So if you have two numbers representing two pieces of data, you plot it on the coordinate plane. The point you plot is like a meeting point between two numbers, basically. It's called the coordinate point. So you find and plot the coordinate point by finding one number on the x-axis and then the second number on the y-axis, and you'll find the meeting point, or the plotting point, or coordinate point. The positive numbers on the top and right part of the coordinate plane, negative numbers towards the bottom and left of the plane. You can combine positive and negative numbers to make coordinates. The central or the neutral point of the plane again is 0, 0. So 0, 0. Okay. So this kind of graph is used in in graphs called line graphs using x and y axes. You can show change over time. You can show linear relationship between two or more sets of data. Line graphs show change of a piece of data over time. So these are different kinds of graphs again, which relate somewhat to the ordered pair. And plot graphs similarly show change over time using the x and y axis as well, and show relationship between two sets of data. Other kinds of graphs which don't use let's see. Okay, bar graphs also show x and y axis and change over time. They can show comparisons of amounts and changes in different categories of data. So tables and graphs, I'm sorry. Okay. The next two kinds, they don't use x and y axis. Well, I'm sorry. Okay. So the next kind of graph is a table graph showing or simplifying information by splitting them up into categories. So no x and y axis in this situation. And in pie chart or circle graph, you have categories adding up to 100%. So this is a bit different. So, okay, we're gonna pause here. We'll continue